Right, here we go again. Engine in bits again. This is because I've now obviously decided to go for a dry sump. I had to remove the existing brand new oil pump which I'd fitted, which I have now done. And I've blanked off its outlet with a plate and a slug of silicone down in the hole. So I've also had to modify the actual sump itself to turn it into a true dry sumping system, which I've done. So again, lots of cutting and shutting. So I've taken it off at about 4 inches height, straight across, welded a plate on, and then cut out a channel for the pickup, and again welded that on with two -12 outlets. And then on there we go, that's the oil temperature. And then inside, just turn him over and turn him round. There we go. So I've put a straining gauze in there to stop sort of any little bits getting into the pump itself. So that's not very pretty, but it does the job. It's just a simple gauze held in with 8 nuts and bolts, and then I've siliconed the edges just to seal it so nothing can get underneath. That's the scraper, so the engine is going in that direction, so any oil thrown off will get caught by the scraper and hopefully should run down and then go straight in to the channel, which is the pickup point for the dry sump. I've double welded it, so I've welded it all on the outside and then gone round and done a seam weld all around on the inside. Again, not very pretty, but it'll do the job. So there we go. I've just got to fit this back on again. To make sure it didn't bend when I was welding, I actually bolted it down onto the bench and then welded it in situ, or tack welded it all the way around anyway, and then did the final weld. So that's still nice and square. So I can now fit that back in, and then that's really the bottom end of the engine done. I can then perhaps start looking at the exhaust headers. Once again, thanks for watching. This is quite a quick update. While we're here, I still haven't done the chassis yet, or the bottom anyway. But what I have done is put in the pipe work that goes through the actual tunnel. I've got to lag that, which is the next job to do. Once that's lagged, I can then fit and rivet on the floor. Right, another small problem. Started to do assembly of the intake system, and all the bolts fit except for the two that don't fit, which is that one there and that one there. So out with the milling machine and a little bit of work, and now we can actually load the bolt in. A bit of clearance there. So I've done that on that one, and I've done it on that one. So I've just got the two to do this side. So it's another job I could have done without, but hey, it's fun. Right, that's the intake manifold bolted up. Had to do another mod to it, unfortunately. I bought a set of ARP bolts to bolt it on, but I guess they were designed for a normal standard 4-barrel type carburetor manifold, because they weren't quite long enough. It was only catching on about 2 or 3 threads. So done a modification. As you can see, I've had to machine down to allow the actual bolts to sit down in, which has helped. So I've now got a good number of threads in contact. So that went down nicely. So the next bit is to build up all the throttle bodies. I've made up a top dead center pointer and calibrated it and marked up the flywheel, marked up the damper accordingly, going to 50 degrees before top dead center all the way around to 0. The reason I've chosen 50 is the distributor which I'm fitting, which is a fully electronic one, Holly one, requires to be set in at 50 degrees before top dead center. So I set all that up with a dial gauge, so that's spot on, and then made up a pointer, as you can see there.